Look at these insane things found completely hidden from the world. A forgotten space shuttle left to rot, a massive cruise ship on a beach, a cave full of vintage cars, a strange metal object, a bottomless cavern, and hidden treasure. Deep inside a lonely, windy desert in Kazakhstan, explorers found something unbelievable. Tucked away inside a massive, broken-down Soviet factory sits a giant building. The air inside is completely dead, but the size of this place will blow your mind. This giant building used to be a top-secret laboratory for high-tech space engineering. It was built to beat the United States in the race to space. But today, these multi-million-dollar spaceships are just left to rot. Scavengers have stripped them down for parts over the years, leaving them looking like metal skeletons inside a graveyard of broken dreams. Picture this. You're a professional caver, miles underground, crawling through a tight, suffocating stone tube. Suddenly, the walls completely vanish. You step out onto a tiny ledge, and your brain instantly panics.
This isn't a movie. This actually happened to an exploration team mapping a massive underground cave system. Beneath them sat an ocean of black water. To see how big the room was, they brought out military-grade spotlights capable of cutting through hundreds of feet of darkness. They aimed the beams straight up, but nothing happened. The light didn't hit a ceiling. It didn't bounce back. It was simply swallowed by a void. To give you an idea of the size, this massive chamber can easily fit 40 Boeing 747 airplanes inside it. Yet, mainstream science says a cave this large is structurally impossible under the heavy weight of the Earth. So what exactly did they walk into? The team's official reports are quietly sitting under government review, while the abyss remains open. Deep within the unforgiving depths of a frozen swamp, submerged beneath the frozen layer, lay forgotten wooden crates. When pried open, they revealed thousands of perfectly sealed World War II ammunition rounds, completely untouched by time itself. Because these dangerous materials had been resting in the freezing mud since the 1940s, they required extreme, highly careful handling by the military recovery team. Strict protocols were enforced on site to ensure the volatile explosives remained secure in the forest. Now, dive kilometers beneath the Swiss mountains to find a mystery that looks like a scene from an end-of-the-world movie. Hidden inside an abandoned mine that has been closed for over 40 years sit dozens of classic Volkswagen Beetles and vintage cars trapped in the rock. They are dusty, broken down, and completely frozen in time. The official story is a bizarre mistake. A local museum owner made a deal with the mine owners to use these giant climate-controlled tunnels as free storage for his extra cars. But then, the project was suddenly abandoned. Today, the tunnels are slowly collapsing. The cars are buried so deeply that explorers are still finding entirely new rows of hidden vehicles with every single visit. Deep in the brutal, snow-locked wilderness of Yukon, Canada, lies a forgotten piece of post-war military history hidden entirely from the modern world. This is the wreckage of a United States Air Force C-47 Skytrain. In February of 1950, during the height of early Cold War operations, this massive tactical transport plane was participating in a massive joint military exercise when it encountered severe, blinding weather conditions and ran out of fuel over the Canadian line. The pilot was forced to make a harrowing crash landing into the dense forest canopy. Miraculously, all occupants survived the impact and were rescued from the sub-zero elements. Because of the absolute isolation and hostile terrain of the terrain, the heavy structural remains of the C-47 were simply left behind. Today, it rests as a frozen, moss-covered monument, completely entombed by the silent northern forest. In 1963, a man in Turkey knocked down a wall in his basement during a home renovation. Behind it, he discovered a hidden passageway. That passageway opened up into a massive, 18-story underground city. This is Kuyu, a subterranean metropolis built to keep over 20,000 people and all their livestock completely alive, miles away from the surface world. The city features giant, 1,100-pound circular stone doors with a small peephole in the center, built to slide shut and completely seal off the tunnels. But the most chilling detail? These doors can only be locked or unlocked from the inside. This wasn't built to keep people trapped in. It was built as an unbreakable shield against the terrifying threat on the surface. What forced an entire civilization to permanently flee the daylight and carve a life deep inside the earth? During the height of the Cold War, Western satellites continuously monitored the Soviet coastline, looking for Navy movements. But at a mountain bay in Balaclava, Soviet nuclear submarines would seemingly vanish off the face of the Earth. They were slipping into Object 825 GTS, a massive, top-secret underground naval fortress carved directly inside a mountain. The mountain was hollowed out to create a subterranean canal network, complete with classified weapons storage and living quarters designed to withstand a direct nuclear hit. Submarines could enter from one side of the mountain under the cover of darkness, refit their nuclear arsenals completely out of sight of foreign intelligence, and exit from the opposite side. It stands as a terrifyingly complex monument to hidden military logistics, a mountain that swallowed nuclear warships whole. Beneath the surface of the Red Sea lies a monument to the chaos of World War II, perfectly preserved in a watery tomb. This is the SS Thistlegorm, a massive 126-meter British cargo steamship. In 1941, while transporting vital military supplies to Allied forces in North Africa, the ship was spotted by German bombers. A direct hit caused a catastrophic explosion, sending the vessel and its entire cargo hold plunging to the seafloor in minutes. Unlike most wrecks that have been salvaged or destroyed by time, the Thistlegorm remains an eerie, walk-through time capsule of the front lines. Explorers diving into its guts find the ship exactly as it was the moment it sank. Holds packed with Bedford trucks, crates of ammunition, steam locomotives destined for Egyptian railways, and even rows of vintage BSA motorcycles still standing upright as if waiting for riders who never returned. It isn't just a shipwreck, it's a frozen moment of history, preserved in the dark, silent depths where no human hand has dared to disturb the past. In 1992, a group of villagers pooled their money to drain 5 deep pools in their village, expecting to find fish. Instead, they uncovered the Longyu Caves, an ancient subterranean megacity carved directly out of solid rock. Over 1 million cubic meters of stone were cleanly excavated. Yet, there is absolute radio silence in the historical record. No blueprints, no mention of the massive labor force required, and no tools have ever been found. Even stranger, every single wall is covered in identical, precise, parallel chisel patterns at a perfect 60-degree angle. It looks less like ancient manual labor and more like the uniform machine markings of an industrial borer. Who engineered a subterranean fortress thousands of years ago, and why did they leave no trace in history?
Imagine hiking deep into a dense, silent wilderness, only to face a massive 25-meter concrete wall stretching across the horizon. But it's not just a wall. The entire structure is wrapped in a hyper-realistic, high-resolution canvas printed with imagery of the forest itself. This isn't a film set. It is a deliberate, highly expensive camouflage project designed to completely erase a massive facility from the eyes of casual hikers and low-flying aircraft. Beneath layers of ordinary earth, a team of metal detectorists uncovered a mystery that completely changes how we view ancient wealth. Digging past standard historical strata, their tools struck a beautifully preserved,
intricately patterned clay lid sealing a subterranean stone vault. What lay inside was a stunning, glittering hoard of gold and silver jewelry, alongside pristine ancient coins carefully preserved through the centuries.